if you have one or more courses, right, like online courses, and they're just not selling like you want them to sell, right? We all been there, done that. Maybe you feel like, like, man, I'm always in launch mode. I got another course I'm launching, or I'm relaunching the same course, got to drive sales. And oh man, that launch didn't go great. Like, crap, what are we going to do now? That's all we got to sell, right? So, as we dive into why your online courses are not selling like you want them to, it's important to understand kind of the evolution in most of these cases, right? And I talk to you about this because we onboard new clients, many each week, and one of the first things we do with them when we're working with is we try to understand, like, what all are you selling, what's on the menu to buy from you right now, what's working, what isn't. And we use that to inform our initial area of focus, like in what we call their customer journey. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to sell too many things, then you're halfway selling everything, right? So the key is really saying, what are we going to focus on? What do we feel best about, like, trying to grow? And then let's align all these downstream sales marketing activities around it, and then we'll drive growth of it. Then eventually we'll get enough traction to be able to shift focus, pivot focus into another vertical, another revenue stream within your business. So we have these conversations, and I'm telling you this because I have this conversation all the time. New clients are telling me, man, I've been in the course business. I got this course, that course, this course, the other course, right? They're going okay, right? But I just, like, things aren't growing like the way we want them to, right? The business is not where I need it to be financially. That's why we're looking to get some help working with you guys. And so from having many of those conversations, right? And let's see what this might look like, right? So usually what happens is you have an idea, right? We'll call it idea one. And you're like, man, I'm going to package this idea in a scalable information product. Like, this idea of passive income is awesome, right? I'm going to create an online course, right? Selling while I sleep. It's going to be amazing, right? So you create course one. Okay. Right. Maybe it goes great. Maybe it doesn't, right? You have it, you're rolling with it, selling some people into it. Then you're like, oh man, like, all right, well, that's maybe not selling, or I have a new idea, right? Like, there's some more content I'd like to deliver to my audience. I think this would really help them, right? So I'm in the course business. So, hey, I'm going to introduce course course two, right? So course two comes online, you launch it, right? You're getting better and better at these course launches, right? We do a launch every quarter or whatever it is, focus on a different course, right? The cycle continues, right? New content serving the same audience, right? You want to be sticky, right? They bought one course. How do I get them to buy the next thing, right? How do I extract more revenue out of the clients I have? 3, 4, etc. Right? Before you know it, you have what we like to call a very complex buyer journey, customer journey. There is no clear way. They come to your website, they see what you're doing, like a new person, and they're like, there's too many options. Where do I start? How do these things complement each other or build on one another? Right. And at this point, you start stalling, right? Not only are you having to be in launch mode all the time, which sucks, but you're not seeing the traction you want to see because the buyer is confused and they're not clear on, where should I start? How do these things build on one another to help me get to where I'm trying to get? You haven't created that seamless kind of customer journey for them, as well as a simplified set of options to meet them where they're at, sell them what they need to buy, and then help them start seeing the results. Okay. So you have what we like to call competing offerings. Hey, should I start with 4 or maybe 2 or maybe 3, 1? Like, I'm in 1, but do I go to 4 next? Like, you can see, it's just like, it's like a shotgun. They're like, too much information overload and I am out, right? So if you find yourself in this mode where, 1, you maybe have launch fatigue, or 2, you just basically your courses aren't selling like you want them, you're not seeing the financial growth in the business you want to see, right? Then here's I think this is probably why. I'm not going to sit here and say it's this way for everybody, right? Like, because I don't know the ins and outs of your business. But there's a good chance this is why you have competing offerings and it's too complex for the new person coming in your ecosystem. And how do they navigate, or how do these offerings stack on one another to create a seamless kind of experience and journey for the buyer? So here's the tip, right? So this is a big unlock for a lot of our clients who want to go ahead and give this to you, is if you have a similar audience, right? Same audience, right? Similar need, you're serving, you're known to be the expert in whatever space, right? And the methodology to get them somewhere, show results for them is the same, right? Then consider collapsing all of this content, because all that is just content, right? So collapse that into, I'm going to erase this, into a single offering called a membership program, right? So we'll call it membership program, right? So with this program, which, hey, by the way, is not something that you have to launch all the time. You can start whenever you want to start. Call to action is always the same: buy now or schedule a call, right? And then it also has multiple tiers to it. Hey, you just want the DIY tier, start at $99 a month. Hey, you want to go a little faster, get some extra help, like, $500 a month. You want to go really fast and unlock all these great things, it's $1,000 a month. But the bottom line is the whole program, the whole membership program, that it's underpinned, the foundation of it is your knowledge and expertise, which before was segmented into a bunch of different products, right? That was overwhelming for this person. Now it's like, hey, there's one thing to buy. I can clearly see that depending on my budget, I'll buy in at this level. I can downgrade, upgrade, whatever your policies are around that. And I'm unlocking access to all these insights and expertise, right, in one place. And depending on how much I'm investing, maybe I'm getting some extra help. And this is a monthly membership, right? Recurring revenue, which is key for your business. So if you are struggling, right, or have been struggling with having a bunch of courses, online courses, and they're not selling like you want them to sell, take a look at this idea of packaging or consolidating all or some of them, which it's a longer conversation strategically how to do this. But take a look at how to package them into a collapsible membership program that creates a much more simplified kind of, buyer experience, as well as a clear way for them to go deeper into relationship with you or scale back at any point through those tiers. It simplifies your marketing efforts. To be honest with you, it's just like a breath of fresh air, frankly, for everybody. We don't have like 50 things. We have like one thing, right? And everybody focus on selling the one thing, right? So anyway, hope that's helpful. Again, if you're struggling with just moving, selling the courses like you want to, this is a little tip that may help you kind of grow the revenues in this area while still getting to serve your clients, which is most important, but leverage all this great content that you've built and created and brought to market to date.